Good morning, everybody. I'm glad to see y'all again. Glad to see y'all watching again. Hi, Dad, behind the camera. Today I'm preaching on the unexpected. Dun dun dun. I just love doing that. Dun dun dun. Yeah, let's do that again. Okay. As I would like y'all to turn your Bibles to 1 Samuel chapter 16, verses 4 to 13. So Samuel did as the Lord instructed. When he arrived at Bethlehem, the elders of the town came trembling to meet him. "What's wrong?" they asked. "Do you come in peace?" "Yes," Samuel replied. "I have come to sacrifice to the Lord. Purify yourselves and come with me to the sacrifice." Then Samuel performed the purification rite for Jesse and his sons and invited them to sacrifice too. When they arrived, Samuel took one look at Eliab and thought, "Surely this is the Lord's anointed." But the Lord said to Samuel, "Don't judge by his outward appearance or height, for I have rejected him." The Lord doesn't see things the way you see them. People judge by outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. Then Jesse took his son. I'm not really sure how to say that. I'm just going to say the second son to step forward and walk in front of Samuel. But Samuel said, "This is not the one the Lord has chosen." Next, Jesse summoned Gene. But Samuel said, neither is this the one that the Lord has chosen." In the same way, all 7 Jesse's sons were presented to Samuel. But Samuel said to Jesse, "The Lord has not chosen any of these." Then Samuel asked, "Are these all the sons you have?" "There is still the youngest," Jesse replied, "but he's out in the fields washing the sheep and goats." "Send for him at once," Samuel said. "We will not sit down to eat until he arrives." So Jesse sent for him. He was dark and handsome with beautiful eyes. And the Lord said, "This is the one, anoint him." So David stood there among his brothers. Samuel took the flask of oil he had brought and anointed David and with the oil, and the Spirit of the Lord came powerfully upon David from that day on. Then Samuel returned to Ramah. This is a very powerful story about the unexpected. This is the very important story about the unexpected. I could have chosen from a bunch of other stories, but I say this is the most famous one because this is David. He was the youngest brother, smallest, teenager, but he was chosen above all his stronger, older brothers to become the next king of Israel. That's a pretty big deal. And during this time, this is when Saul was once again at war with the Philistines, as usual. So that's where I got my second part of this sermon, is in chapter 17, verses 32 through 51. I'm not going to read all of that. I'm just going to sum it up. So this is when David's telling Saul, "I'm going to kill Goliath. I'll fight him for you." And Saul's like, "Are you insane? You're out of your mind. You're small. You're weak." But he said, "I have the power of God with me on my side." So Saul said, "Okay, I'll send you out there with my armor." Didn't work. He said, "I can't fight with these." So that's when he said, "I'm going to just go out there with my sling and bow." Well, staff, I mean. So he went out there, killed Goliath, the 10-foot tall giant, cut off his head, won the battle. That's a very unexpected event. Goliath could have picked up David and tore him in two if he wanted to. But David had confidence that God would help him. See, God doesn't measure by height or strength or anything by outward appearance. He looks on the inside. And that's what he saw in David. Now, like I said, I could have chosen any more story. I could have chosen Ruth, the virgin woman married Jesus' mother. Abraham, a 90-year-old guy, becomes the father of many nations. And I know this is football, but this was pretty interesting to me. Joe Montana, 49ers quarterback, was told when he entered the NFL he had zero potential. He would never make anything. He would take that 49ers team and make them a loser's team. In his football career, he won 4 Super Bowls. That's unexpected for a guy who was told he had zero potential. You can look at unexpected events in your life. My life. 5 years old. You want to be a preacher? No, I want to be an astronaut. I want to go up into space. 10 years old. I want to be a preacher. My sister Gracie, as an example, she can draw. I didn't know how good she could draw until she drew that creation of Adam. Rock and roll, Grace. Sorry, just making jokes here. And throughout school, you see it. People that are told they're weak, they can throw a football farther than anybody in school. They can outsmart the teachers in many different ways. And also other Bible stories. You could have chosen Noah. Took 120 years to build the ark, but he did it. Had 3 sons, and he was the second father of the human race. And also all 12 disciples, fishermen, a tax collector, and many other jobs people look down on. And one thing about shepherds, that was a job that a lot of people hated. And next king of Israel was a harp-playing shepherd. That's pretty big. A person that's a shepherd next to his his brothers that were warriors. Trying to even that out. Can't do it. But David defeated the Philistines' army's giant with a stone. So that's pretty big. And that's how God uses people. I could stand up here all day and just preach and preach. There's still someone out there that won't believe that a 14-year-old's preaching to you right now until they see it. I've heard a lot of kids at school say it. Pretty sad. And who knows? Someone in this room could be the next artist in a museum. And who knows? You may look outside your window and one of those kids out there could be the next president of the United States of America. You may be looking at the most famous general in the United States history in this generation. So that's when the unexpected happens. You look out that window, oh, there goes so-and-so. I wonder what their life's going to be. Life is full of the unexpected. People you're going to meet. Who knows? You may find a girl in May in 20 years, that'll be your future wife. And really that's what I want to speak on, is the unexpected. At times you can be ready for it, and times you can't. So, really as I wrap up, I want us to all pray. I would like everybody to bow y'all's heads, close your eyes. And I just want to say, Lord, thank you for this day, and thank you for this family. Thank you for all the unexpected events in my life. Help me just to spread your word, and just forgive us when we fail you. Thank you for my mom and dad and sister. They've always been there for me. And thank you for my grandparents. They've always been the best grandparents that I've ever had. And I just wanted to thank you for it. Thank you. That's all I have for today.